Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 999 Gaming with the video for The Walking Dead Season 7, and this is We Hate Negan. So with all the drama and all the speculation around the Season 6 cliffhanger, one thing that's getting lost in the shuffle is Negan's actual character. Is Negan a misunderstood hero? Is he a vile villain? Leave in the comments what you guys think up to this point. I thought they rolled him out a little bit weaker than he was in the comics, but that's open for debate. This will contain flashbacks, comic spoilers, discussion. If you don't want to participate, turn it off in 3, 2, 1. You have been warned. Don't blame me at this point. So how did this all get started in the first place? The Saviors were blocking the roadway and said, your stuff belongs to Negan. Daryl was not having it. He blows them all up with an RPG in typical Daryl fashion. However, he had just cause. They pulled out a gun on Abraham and Sasha. So what would you guys do? This scene I thought was very, very important to the overall storyline. This is where they were coming for Gregory's head to make a point. They had to appease Negan. Rick's group happened to be up a hilltop at the time. They witnessed it. A scuffle broke out, and that led Rick to get everybody gathered together at church, talk about all the things that the hilltop had to offer, and that they needed to storm the Saviors and not just sit around for the Saviors to storm them. I think it hit home to Rick, actually the power and the darkness of Negan at that point before it was evident to the rest of the group. So they devise a plan. They need to bring the head of Gregory to get into the compound, and they think this is the stronghold. They think this is their main base. They find out it's not. So they got a walker head, made it look like Gregory's to get in the door, and I thought this scene was just super, super important. You see, one of the Polaroids actually looks like Carl over on the right, but this shows how dark Negan actually is. Not only does he kill people with Lucille, but they took pictures of it. So, you know, it's all about showing it off. Shortly after, the Saviors captured Maggie and Carol. Carol wasn't having it, so Carol blows them up and makes them all into Savior cookies. But one thing that we could go back and forth on is that, you know, who's right and who's wrong? It's like Rick's group does something, then Negan does something. But the reason I would say Negan is more hated at this point is because Negan does it at a different level. But they had to use all the resources and make it into a show, and Hollywood did a little bit more. I mean, even Negan's introduction, it's going to be PP Pants City here real soon. But it's about making that point not only to make them fear, but to break them down. But I think there's a little bit of a self-centered nature to Negan where he wants all the attention. And you'll see that as I talk a little bit more about Negan's search for people's wives and the punishment that he puts on people. Now, we know Negan kills Glenn in the comic, and the way he goes about it's very, very cruel. It's very vile. It wasn't he just killed him. It's all the things he said to him while he was killing him. Let's talk about the iron scene. So Mark, you know, got burned on the face. Dwight as well. And you guys know Dwight, they didn't actually show either of these, but this is part of Negan's character, so you sort of have to go back and read the comics or know people that read the comics to sort of spoil it for you. So this scene here with Dwight, and I think her name was Cher in the TV show, which is short for Sherry in the comics, you sympathize with Dwight a little bit because you find out he's doing a lot of this stuff to sort of protect himself from Negan because they have to go out and they got to steal stuff and bring it back. There's Dwight pre-Iron Face, and we'll show a picture of Dwight and whatever transpired between Dwight, Cher, and Negan. You can see there's where the iron went to the face. And the history of that is Negan takes the wife, and if the wife goes back to the husband, then this is the punishment that they have to endure. It just deforms their face. I guess, you know, maybe it keeps Negan looking a little bit better than the person that they go back to. Here's the actual scene from the comic as well, too. Hope we all learned something today. Dwight definitely learned something there. So let's move it forward and actually discuss a little bit of something that's a little bit darker that will not show up on TV. People say Negan doesn't kill kids and he doesn't kill women, but I thought this scene was very, very important in the comic where Negan actually threatens to have Carl raped. So he may not kill the kid, but you can see the emotion on Rick's face there. The threat of that is far worse than anything that you could do, I guess, from a father-son standpoint. And this is a scene I thought was very important as well, too, and this is we're going to see this in the future if they go down this line in the TV show. That's where Negan actually has Lucille wrapped in zombie guts, not only to kill people, but to turn them into walkers. So let me know what you think about Negan at this point. This is going to be Walking Dead Season number 7, We Hate Negan. I'm starting to develop a passion, a hatred for Negan, but it's more going back and researching the comics, and I think the TV show will need to take that and really develop that character and that storyline a little bit more. Let me know what you guys know about the comics and the TV show at this point. I'd love to encourage some active debate and conversation. My name is Killshot. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will speak to you all soon.